What's up guys? Welcome to today's video. If you read the title already, it is how to half cab on a bicycle. So today we're gonna learn how to do a half, I keep wanting to say half bunny hop, just a joke. Gonna learn today how to do a half cab upon a lot of people's requests, mainly just 3. So shout out to my friend Matt, who actually wanted me to do this like 2 years ago, and I never did. Sorry Matt, but better late than never. So in case you don't know what a half cab is when you are going backwards in fakie mode and you bunny hop 180 out of it, at least on the BMX bike. So the question is, do you need to know how to fakie? Yes and no. If you do know how to fakie, you're better off because you'll be able to actually do this whenever you want. But if you are terrible at fakies, you're gonna have to do this pretty immediately, right when you're trying to roll out or get out of the going backwards. So 3 ways to do the half cab. Number 1 is straight pulling up with your body. That's how I do it. That's how most people do it. Method number 2 is using pedal pressure. On a free coaster, it's a little bit more difficult if you have a lot of slack, but if you have a cassette, what you can do is when you're doing a fakie, you can actually use the pedal pressure to create lift from the front, and then you can do the half cab that way. Method number 3 is using brakes. A lot of people don't have brakes today, but if you do have brakes, you can actually use those to your advantage, just like how you would use pedal pressure with a cassette. It's the same theory with the brakes. You're just using the brakes to kind of create lift for you, and then you could use that to bunny hop. I don't have brakes, but hopefully you got that point. I'm actually gonna teach you also how to do a rollout, because some people ask for a rollout tutorial. If you already know how to roll out, but you just need half cab help, you can skip to this time right here. In order to cater pretty much any scenario, if you don't have a bank, if you don't have anything, I'm sure you have a ledge or a wall somewhere where you can kind of learn this. And this is also if you don't know how to 180 yet. I'm gonna go up against this ledge, do an endo, wait for this train to pass by. So find yourself a ledge. Hopefully you know how to endo. An endo is like this, where you just front end comes up, like that. The key to rolling out is leaning your butt back. You really want to lean your body back, because that way, when you do lift, you're using a lot of body weight. Then you can just use your arms to guide and pull. The key thing is leaning back your body, your ass. Get your ass all the way back here. And I'll do it switch just to show, like, it's the same exact method. You just lean your butt back a lot, use your arms, lift up as hard as you can, and then maneuver your front end around. What I do a little bit is I carve my front wheel a little bit just to get that initial like backwards carve, I guess, and then lifting and smacking it down on the other side basically. If you have a cassette or very little slack in your free coaster, you could actually use pedal pressure to do this. I have a lot of slack in mine, as you can see. When I'm going backwards, I'm gonna set up my pedals like this, my legs and feet like that. That way I can press forward. So I use pedal pressure on that one. I'll do a switch also. So I have the pedals, there you go. Or if you're trying to still figure out how to do a rollout, I know someone asked specifically for a switch. It's really the same thing. It's just feels a little weird because it's your opposite way. Get your butt back, use your arms. If you have pedal pressure, use pedal pressure. But if you don't have pedal pressure, you're gonna really have to muscle it. But this is also where the half cab comes in. I think, at least for me, sometimes a switch half cab is actually easier than trying to roll out the opposite way. So yeah. Try half cab, which we're gonna learn now. Welcome to the half cab portion of this video. So if you missed the beginning, we're using this ledge in order to create some fakie motion. We're gonna go with method 1 right now, which is just all muscle, using your arms and your body, pretty much not using pedal pressure or brakes in order to get the half cab out. Do an endo, roll back, you carve a little, and you bunny hop. Let me break that down a little slower. So when you're faking, carve a little bit. You don't really have to do a full 180, but then you have to have your butt back, because otherwise you're gonna end up doing a really weird nosedive, because all your weight's on the front end of the bike when you try to bunny hop, and you just go like this. Trust me, I know. So if you wanna land both tires, you really gotta lean your body back. Once you feel that you got a good little carve to it, lift your front end up as hard as you can, and then use your knees to get your back up. You have to get your foot into this position almost. You're trying to like scrape it up like that. Try thinking like that, because that's helped me with 360 bunny hops also. So just think like that and use your arms at the same time. So method number 2 now. This is for people with either a cassette or want to use pedal pressure. Similar to a rollout, you always want to lean your butt back. That's the key thing on this entire trick, just having your weight distribution go that way. I have a free coaster, so I'm gonna have slack here. I'm gonna position my cranks in a certain way in order to use pedal pressure to do this. Think of it like trying to do a wheelie. You're using pedal pressure to get that front end to go up like that, right? You want to use pedal pressure in order to create lift on the front end and then making your whole bike lift much easier. So here we go. We're gonna use pedal pressure on the half cab this time. I don't do it my best that way because I don't have the right setup to do it like that. But if you have a cassette setup, it might make it a little easier for you to get that lift in order to create a bunny hop a little bit easier. Method number 3 is with brakes. Same exact thing. I don't have brakes, unfortunately, as you can see, but you get the idea. It's the same thing as pedal pressure. If you hit the brakes, your front end's gonna lift, and that's your signal of when to lift the rest of your bike and spin around. That's pretty much the basics of a half cab. Something I forgot. So I'm a little weird. When I do half cabs, I look this way, even though I'm turning that way. It's just like something weird I do. I don't recommend doing that. You should look the same way you're going to spin. And that way, once you get these a little bit more dialed, you can aim and look over things that you're trying to hop over or hop onto, whatever, you know what I mean? So once you figure that out on flat, you should probably practice going into banks because it's pretty safe. If you don't have a bank anywhere, use a stick and try just aiming over the stick. Once you figure that out, maybe you could do it off a ledge or off a curb. And then once you figure that out, you can go up a curb or up a ledge. And then once you figure that out, half cab to grind or half cab over guardrails or something, I don't know, whatever floats your boat. So even today, like I still don't do these perfectly, but you'll probably feel a lot of times where your front end just drops all of a sudden and you kind of like nosedive out. If you watch like even pro riders, when they're doing really fast half cabs, if they do like 180, like a giant set, and they try to half cab really quick, you see them going very front heavy and then almost doing a nose wheelie out because the weight distribution is happening so quickly that it just goes to the front end. So even if you're going slow and that happens, don't worry about it. It's gonna happen. Just have a good fork. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. I hope that helped. If it didn't, comment below, or you can send me a DM with sweat in my face. Send me a video of the DM of you trying it. That'll help me figure out what is happening. I mean, you should be figuring that out on your own. You should be filming yourself all the time, seeing what you're doing wrong. But if you don't get it, maybe I could help break it down for you. Anyway, you know where to find me, at DustinNotJustin on Instagram. Comment below. Again, always keep commenting. Comment everywhere, comment everywhere. Kidding. Just let me know what you want to learn next. I'm gonna work on a how to crank flip video right now, actually. So come back tomorrow if you want to learn how to do that. Okay, bye. How the hell did I do that?